For all the success that Broderbund's Myst CD enjoyed, you'd think that perhaps other software vendors would want to capitalize on the idea. Until now, Myst was really one of a kind. Say hello to Dragon Lore from Mindscape.
Dragon lore, huh? You trying to catch a dragon?
What?
Well, you just said something about a dragon lore.
Dragon lore. You know, like a story, a tale.
Nah, I wouldn't try to catch one by the tail. Too slippery. Get one of those have-a-heart traps or something.
Right. Anyway, you play the role of Werner von Wallenrod, the son of a famous dragon lord who realizes his destiny upon reaching young adulthood. In order to avenge his father's murder, Werner must set out on his own and find the assassin.
Now, is this before or after he catches the dragon?
I don't think he catches a dragon at all. At least, not early in the game.
Wait, there's one. Get it.
No. That's just the animated cursor. The dragon takes the place of movement arrows in the 3D interface. Just move him to any edge of the screen and click to move in that direction.
Now, does this dragon breathe fire, acid, garlic breath, anything?
It's a mouse cursor. You point with it. It doesn't breathe anything. Anyhow, the whole game takes place in this surreal world using the popular first-person perspective. While the dragon cursor is mainly used for movement, you can also use it to pick up and use objects. You'll know when you pass over a hotspot on the screen because the cursor animation will change.
Hotspots? Aha! So he does breathe fire. I'll get the extinguisher in the back teen. You get the net.
Most of what you'll be doing as Werner are typical menial adventure RPG courier tasks. You'll have to go get this, fight that, go see so-and-so, and get clues as to what to do next.
What I plan on doing next is readying my equipment. Let's see now, a rope, a headgear, centerfold from Play Dragon magazine for bait.
Please tell me you're joking.
What, about the magazine? Nah, it really exists. I just read it for the articles, of course.
I bet. Speaking of reading, you may or may not be pleased to hear that you'll be doing none of it in Dragon Lore. Unless you toggle the speech subtitles, you can play without reading a word.
Hey, isn't that your uncle? Hey, why are you swinging at him? Don't do that. He may be able to tell us where the dragons are.
Actually, one of the neater features of Dragon Lore is the ability to mold your character alignment via problem solving. Here, I decide to take the violent route by killing my uncle and taking stuff. What if my uncle was supposed to be alive for an event later in the game? Well, I can still progress through Dragon Lore and even beat it, but I'll encounter certain problems later that will be more difficult because of my actions.
Yeah, here's a problem. How the hell am I going to get that thing back home? It must weigh tons.
Nobody knows what they weigh. They don't exist. This is a fantasy game. Most of the stuff in here isn't real.
You sure? Well, I guess I don't need all this gear then. Or this here.
Welcome back to reality.
Gosh, we wasted a lot of time there, didn't we?
Well, you sure did anyway. Getting back to the point here, it's easy to see why Dragon Lore draws comparisons with Myst at first glance. The graphics, at least in the background, are equally striking, and the camera zoom animation bits are a trademark of Broderbund's classic.
What's with the creatures, though? Is that supposed to be a dog?
Sadly, it is.
Yeesh. Let's do a little more work on the foreground graphics next time, Mindscape. This is akin to drawing with crayon on embroidered stationery.
Dragon Lore uses a, interesting combat system. Keeping with the mouse-only theme, you ready a weapon by placing it in your hand, and then right-click on different parts of the screen to perform different combat actions. High and low swings, blocks, and parries are all available and differ depending on the weapon you use.
If you saw our preview a couple of months ago, you know about Werner's hair. Frankly, I think that's more dangerous than any sort of spear. I mean, just look at it, huh?
While Dragon Lore may not seem like a traditional RPG, because it's not, you have way too much control over Werner to classify it as an adventure game. Werner can be molded and refined to suit your tastes. Make him violent and disloyal, or the ultimate good guy. Everything about him is up to you.
I wish everything else about the rest of the game was up to me, too. There's not enough to do. Yeah, the character and the story are great, but walking, fighting, talking can get pretty tiring, especially when it's all done from one screen. Dragon Lore's a good idea, but it needs refining. I hope they make a sequel. I should play it.